Hello guys, and welcome back to our What's the Batter podcast. This is episode 2. Unfortunately for you guys, we got some good feedback, so I'm back with Enrico, Fraser, back to talk some more nonsense. Yeah.
Alright.
How are we guys? We good?
How bad you?
Excellent.
Alright. What's the story of the week? What's the batter?
Well, I think probably the first thing we want to talk about is that video from Valentine's Day.
Yeah, it's went down quite well, hasn't it?
It's worked
Been a bit of a
well.
hit.
Yeah.
It actually turned out where I came into the shop and Callum's there with Lewis and they're talking about an idea. And the idea was Callum's going to be doing secret eating and then gets caught. Right? So as you can imagine, I came in and that went from there to there very quickly.
It
Yeah.
really
And
went
everything just kept added on and
0
added
to
on.
100, didn't
Yeah,
it?
it was hilarious. Trying to film that. I couldn't breathe.
I mean, there's been a few of them over the years, but I can imagine that one would be
Oh, 'cause
really tough
I
to
was looking down
keep a
on him as
straight
well.
face.
So
I would say that I was actually quite proud of myself because I managed to keep it quite straight face. I don't know how, but every time we got to a point, you just that laugh Nico does where he goes, I could just hear that over the top of me, and I was like, and then that was me gone.
I mean, you say that, but I've seen a couple of the bloopers as well, and there was definitely a few shots needed for some of that.
Some of the bloopers are phenomenal.
it's,
They're not. They're what would you call them? NSFW.
Yeah, not safe for
suitable
work. Yeah.
oh, really?
Well, most works.
Yeah,
Yeah.
most workplaces. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it
what
was
was
funny
it? What was it? Ben said he said that not suitable for Insta or something like that. Was it?
you know, it's
that
on
was it,
Instagram. Yeah. I mean, the fact that the cat, like, I had to go home last night because I've been laughing about it. All of us have been laughing about it, and Christine thinks it's hilarious. The amount of people I've had text messages from, but I got the actual camera from the shop and downloaded it, and I was watching bits on it, and I forgot. Like, I'm actually having to cover my head with my hoodie, bite my jumper,
Sleeve.
stuff like that. It was so funny.
It's
like,
it's also worth mentioning. So the guys Lewis and Danny that do the social media they're good at what they do,
professional.
and we obviously do a lot of piss takey stuff, right? So it can be quite hard to stay in the zone. But Lewis is really good at it. Like
Yeah.
Lewis is behind the camera and he can video it with it. Like we've done that, like Magaluf stuff and all that, right? And he keeps a dead straight face. He plays a part in it, but he was standing behind that camera and he was absolutely pissing himself,
and
which made it
Danny as
even
well.
harder because I'm staring at the camera and so the camera's like this and his head's over the top like this, and I could just see him like pissing himself, and I'm trying to keep a straight face.
And Danny's there, and he's like bending over, laughing, but you can't see it from where we are because I'm in the corner. He's across the couch seductively, and then when I watched it back last night, Danny's doubled over. Then Iona comes in, and she's pissing herself as well. It was just, there was so much going on that was just so funny.
I think about that with these guys when they come in, because they obviously go to a lot of different businesses and do their social media
And they're all
content and
very
stuff like that,
professional.
and it's all very professional, serious stuff.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they must come to us and like,
What
the
the
are we
hell?
doing?
What's
Yeah.
going on here?
I think they enjoy
But they
it.
love it.
Oh,
Yeah,
I mean,
I think
it's
they will enjoy it
different.
because it's.
But this is what it's all about. Like, it is just a pure laugh. Well, what's the point in taking it so seriously?
I know.
Like, I've
Yeah.
obviously been subject to a bit of abuse over the last couple of days from some people, and I just don't understand it. Like, it's like the voice, everything about it.
The voice was unbelievable.
There's nothing serious in
the
that full
porno
video.
type music in the background. Like, everything about it is obviously a joke. So I'm like, lighten up a bit, guys.
I
Like,
will say
seriously.
though, in fairness, it hit really quickly, so people were liking it straight away.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong.
laughing.
For the few that have had something
I'd say
negative to say, there's been
99.7% of people have thought it's hilarious.
Actually, yesterday in Tesco, I don't know the guy's first name. Jamie in the shop, he knows him. I don't know, they must have worked together at some point or whatever, right? But Mr. Doyle, we're going to go with, actually came up to me in Tesco, saw me at the end of the aisle, came towards me, pissing himself laughing, and then shook my hand. And he's like, big
You've
man,
made
that
it."
video was absolutely phenomenal.
Oh.
And he was just pissing himself. He's like, me and my missus couldn't stop laughing at it. It was just so
So
funny.
funny. I mean, what about that person that shared it? She's actually shared it on her page. And then there's comments, and she's like that. When he takes the breathless gasp with the haggis, I had tears. It was so funny. Haggis.
It's purely
The
unintentional.
voice is just super. See, when he went girls the first
Girls.
time, I was gone. Like, I was gone. It was like
girls.
And girls
And
with the
girls.
wink.
Yeah,
but
the
the
wink
first
was
time he done it,
perfect.
but then he was like, see as well the end, like some people think it's Tesco's, some people think it's boobs, right? Some people don't know what they think it is, right? But
Boobs.
it's boobs,
Boobs.
boobs. Right, but they've got like obviously those wee cake pops, and they've got the like bows on them, the nipple tassels, right? And he goes, they're actually spinning around. Oh god, I was like,
So he comes in and he's holding them like this, right? That to me was
Yeah.
one of the funniest bits because it just came out of nowhere,
Yeah.
just like, and then I went to lick it and it just started spinning.
it's unreal. But see,
it was.
you do get online trolls. You're going to get them, and they're people that are just keyboard warriors, and they sit there and they're really unhappy with how
with
things
their
are.
own,
They just think things that, I
everything.
mean, that annoys you, getting offended about it being online. I mean, you're online. There's so much explicit content. That's not it.
Nothing, I know.
Yeah.
And
that's
worrying
nothing
about
in
that.
the
There's
grand scheme
only
of
fans.
things.
There's some woman that's going with 1,000 guys, and she's complaining about a smoked sausage getting put in someone's mouth. I mean,
know.
seriously.
I know.
Like,
seriously.
it's but
The
you know what?
comment though. So you obviously get the negativity, right? But I don't know if you saw the comment last night when the guy said he was offended because there was no pies in it, because you can't have a sausage without a pie. I thought that's absolutely brilliant.
Genius.
And that, I'm sure they're
Genius.
related in
I
some
think
way.
they might be it too.
I'm sure they're related in some way, by the
You
way. I
might
really
be
do.
right,
But you know what it is? And but listen, I'm not saying you can't be offended. I just think, like, as you see these memes all over the place, and it's generations that grew up with South Park and they get offended. You know what I mean? And it is
Yeah.
true. I mean, like,
Yep.
imagine getting offended by stuff that's online. There's things that are out of hand, but I mean, it's just a laugh,
I
and you can
know.
tell. And anyone that knows Callum, they know it's a
Yeah,
piss
it's just
take.
what I'm
Especially like all of us, we all like a laugh and a joke. But
I just don't know how I end up getting roped into these things all the time.
he's like hit like
You
40.
volunteer.
Yeah, you do. I mean,
You love it.
He does that.
I don't know who you're kidding.
I've had people contact me going, I don't know how you still get him to do it. I was like, how do you mean get him to do
Get
it?
him to do
He
it.
chooses to
Exactly.
do it. It was
Sorry, that was not my idea. That
No, but you
my
still-
idea
you
was
still
a lot,
chose
my
to do
idea was a
it.
lot more subtle than
Yeah,
that. It
you
just
still chose to do
it. Just
it.
completely,
Secret
it just completely grew arms and legs, and before I knew it, we were on some sort of casting couch with items from the chippy.
But I mean, it's sort of, but it's perfect. And the dessert shop is perfect for it. 'Cause it's like a wee small place.
Yeah.
That wee couch. Oh, it was brilliant. Do you
Yeah,
know?
it was good fun.
But
It was
the,
good, and it hit well. So you can't argue with that.
I mean, it's like 40,000 views on TikTok over
What,
40,000.
Is it really
Aye.
as much as that? I've not looked at
I've
it.
not
since
actually asked you
yesterday.
this yet. What was Catherine's reaction?
I would love to. I asked him to film her.
I know, I wish
actually
you
said
did.
go and
Yeah,
film
he
her.
I
asked
wish
me
you
to film
did.
her, but we had the kids on Thursday night. There was a lot going on in the house, so do you know what? She never actually said much. I don't know how she feels about it, and I don't want to ask. I don't want to bring that
Oh, I'm
up.
gonna-
If she's not mentioning it, then
Yeah.
I'm not going to bring it
I
up.
just can't get the image out of my
She
head.
she also thought that
You're licking
the
those
cake
nipples.
pops were balls. So I had to explain to her they were nipples.
But the
Like,
thing is that the funny thing is,
I mean,
like,
what's
two
worse?
people look at, or different people are perceiving that differently.
yeah, that's what I said to Steve, the driver. Like, no matter how you portray it, whether it's nipples or balls or whatever you want to say, boobs, yeah,
Boobs.
it's funny.
Yeah.
It is funny.
Yep.
I don't understand how you can think it's balls. Like, whose balls are over here?
Yeah, that's true. That's a fair point. Yeah, I never thought about it that way.
I don't know. But,
So
I mean,
there you go. So yeah, I
but
don't
also
really.
who's Bobby's battered. So I mean,
I suppose that is
I
true.
mean,
That's
like
true.
you're actually related, make it too real
Yeah,
with
I
that.
suppose. Yeah,
But you know the thing is you say, like, it has hit well. We've obviously got the Colbeck convention next week, and
Yeah, the videos came at a good
Yeah.
time because you want people to be talking
but
about
the thing
that.
is they are
100%.
talking about it. So
Yeah.
like, you obviously get like Mark from Keypack, who's seen it, loving it, saying we should be on Hot. Well, he should be in Hollywood. We should go on the TV. Blah blah blah. So they'll be talking about it. He'll share it into his group chats and
Yeah,
stuff like
the
that. And
guys
actually,
from
I've
Keypack.
noticed quite a few people from different suppliers following us now on TikTok, which would never follow us before, which is quite funny because they obviously see the comedy value of it. And the other thing as well is it gets the products out. Like, see these products that
Yeah, this is true.
because you know we aren't your average chippy, as we always say, but you know you've got things like black pudding, which we don't put in
Yeah,
videos
you
a
wouldn't
lot.
really post it
Haggis,
as much.
Yeah.
sausage,
But it's not.
'Cause we
It's
focus.
also a completely different way of getting it out there,
Yeah.
rather than just showing somebody you frying a black pudding.
I
Do
know.
you
Well,
what I
that's
mean?
it.
Like,
Exactly. And the other things, well, Halloween. Sorry. Oh, just that's another idea for, you know what I'm saying, he should be the character for
Yes,
every
yeah.
Halloween. You'll be a Halloween guy.
Yeah.
It's February.
I know, but we're just thinking. Like, you need to think forward.
Always thinking ahead.
But no, but for Valentine's Day, we usually do the Love Heart pizzas.
Yep.
And obviously, we've got an issue with the top oven, which prevented it this year. But we went with a supper deal. and it meant that we could get that out there in a different way and have a
Yeah.
different deal, you know,
Yeah,
which was
yeah,
good
something
because
different,
It's good to change it up a wee bit. It's good to make it a bit different and stuff. But yeah,
I mean, it was cracking.
I'm really excited for the Colbeck convention.
What's your
It's
favourite
like all the eating. It's like you won't get this because you don't watch the game, which in itself is horrifying. But it's like when
Tam
David takes
going
Tam to
to-
the cash and
Yep.
carry, and there's a wee guy selling is it like honey nut clusters or something, or
It's,
chocolate, like
peanut eyes, like peanut butter,
yeah,
chocolate,
like chocolate
like
things,
Reese's
and,
Pieces
and he
things.
keeps just going back, and he's like, "Oh, I don't know what my customers would make of them." And he just keeps going back and eating more, and he's like, "Can I get
He
another one of
samples.
them?" And he eats that much that he walks outside, and then he's sick everywhere. And that's like what it's like.
Yeah.
I did 2 years ago, and we went to the Monster stall, and the guy was giving out cans of juice.
That was last year, was it not?
No,
2
they
years
were there
ago.
twice,
Oh,
but
yeah.
so the guy 2 years ago at the Monster stall was a bit more stingy than. So it was Angela from Coca-Cola was at the Monster stall,
That's right,
just there, and she obviously knows us for the shop, so she gave us a few cans. But the guy before was a bit more stingy with it. He was giving out the wee thingies of it, and he had a fridge full behind him, and I was like, Fraser's never tried Monster. He's a Red Bull man. He's like, what? Thanks your Red Bull. So he opens the fridge and he starts dishing out cans of Monster. And it's like, that'll do, straight in the bag.
I love
right.
it. See, like when you walk away all the time, but you do get really good stuff. The things that we've picked up.
Oh, yeah, we've
hot
got so
bags-
much stuff
the hot
as
bags
well
was
that-
one that we never had before until there.
The K-Pack. The
K-Pack, I
Prime
know,
Burgers.
I know.
That's,
And
That's right.
That's right.
To think that we just thought that, no offence, Mark, but we just thought he was just some sort of bumbling salesman that first time we met him when he was banging on about how the burgers were made, and now he's actually a massive part of what we do.
I know.
From all
No,
the stuff from
but the
K-Pack.
thing is as well,
She just
from-
thought he was just a typical salesman, like, all
Nah,
right,
it's
mate,
about-
we
it's
get
about
it.
the
Your burgers
best
are
stuff.
good, mate, all right,
It was
we
just
get
because
it.
it was the first show we'd ever been, because we
Yeah.
never been to the
Yeah,
Fullback
'cause we didn't know
shows,
how it
and
worked,
you
yeah.
didn't know, no one really said to us, and thought we'll go, and it was some of the guys in the golf used to say, listen, it's good, you get things that are not really out there,
yeah, a wee bit
different things, but to think that when we started with burgers, and then I remember Mark kept trying to get hold of me to do to sell the wings, and I was
Yes,
like, oh,
yeah.
listen, I don't know if we can do that. I was like, oh, bloody hell, catch Fraser, and then eventually came in. And we tried different bits.
Came
Because
out-
obviously we never sold any of that stuff, and they were sold
we
in
sold
People's.
it.
Oh,
and,
that was
and
just to clarify, that was Enrico backing up my statement where he thought Mark was just one of these typical salesmen, and then realised
No,
he's
it wasn't
actually
even. It wasn't even.
Pal
Fraser,
him off to Fraser.
No, but what
We'll
Fraser
see
did
if he's
say,
all right,
in
and then-
fairness to Fraser, he
he-
did say when he's the best rep he's ever seen because
He's the
he's
most
on it.
engaging.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely
he's brilliant.
talks
Like,
about
He's
it.
brilliant.
He's based over on Ireland,
And we
and you see him more than
anyone else.
any
Anyone,
other
aye,
rep.
that's
You know
true.
what I mean? It's,
Yeah.
like
He's,
he was out showing us, like doing classes, teaching us how to make the burgers
That's the difference.
2 or 3
It's-
times with the staff and stuff.
I
like
like
that,
how
so he
much
had it bang on.
he just likes being involved in the social media and stuff like that as
But
well.
also,
like,
I think he cares about what he does.
Aye.
He cares about what he sells. He's actually very good
actually,
for them.
it's a really straight. Like he works for like £1 billion company, right? But you get the feeling it's his company.
Yeah,
It's like I
it's
think
very
it's,
good.
It's but I think all the guys that work for Mark obviously is the one that we know the best, but you guys like Noel as well.
Yeah,
They
they're
all
all
buy
very
into it,
good.
don't
Yeah,
they?
they're
But they're all
really,
really good. But Noel and Mark, they're all. I mean, we met Paul once, so I don't really know him as well. But they're all good guys.
they're all
very
nice guys.
and
Aye,
Noel and Mark have a good bit of personality as well. Elaine's lovely as well.
yeah,
That you can chat to them. But it's funny because since that convention 2 years ago when it was 3 years ago in Ingleson, is it Ingleson?
Yes,
Yeah,
at
yeah.
the
And
Highland Centre.
so since then, you then had people come in. We've changed the way we work our batter. You know, Collins come in from Middleton, changed our batter. We've got
yeah.
Danny now at Colbeck, who's our rep, who's great. He used to work for Rich Sauces, but the amount we use Rich Sauces and he gives you advice. So there's so much you can learn. We already used Integer.
I mean, Danny's only been a rep for how long, and how many times has he been at the shop with stuff?
I know.
Which
Yeah.
is
Stuff to
just
try, which is
tells you
great.
like
But the
shows
thing
you.
is I think it's because, again, we aren't like your kind of normal kind of. We do so much more, so that a lot of reps will not. They know they'll stick to what they do. Whereas with
yeah,
Danny's still.
Danny's he's a
He knows
younger
he
guy
can
as well,
cut-
so
he knows
he
he
knows
can
kind
cut
of
stuff to
yeah.
try.
It's nothing
come-
against anyone else. I
No,
just
no.
think it kind of people like match like
Aye.
other reps and maybe suit the Manhattan a bit more because it's a bit more traditional.
traditional,
Whereas
yeah.
us,
Yeah.
we're much more forward thinking. It's like
Definitely.
but the other thing, like those hygiene labels, that NCCO. I mean, there's another one like we got. I mean, the things we've got from like, the wee,
Oh yeah, that's true.
which
aye.
is that's such a. I mean, it's a
Yeah.
godsend. That's
And then obviously we've got the
Filter
filter machine, yeah, which has lasted as well. Because we were worried about that to start with, and then we realised, but it's
That's
actually
good.
been a really good
Yeah.
investment. The EPOS system we've got, not the EPOS system, obviously the EPOS system we've got in the full shop, but
the ordering pad.
The ordering pad.
Yes.
There was obviously, we saw that was the
we've
first
seen
place
that.
we saw that and saw it in
We're
action.
still the only ones in Scotland that have it, and we're to demo it. But the thing is I think they've had a bit of issue with the actual hardware, which they're going to replace it. But once we get that, we'll launch it
Although
properly.
I've noticed the last few days, I've noticed people using it a wee bit more.
Aye.
Yeah, I think
we had
though,
2
you
or
go
3
for
on the first
but
night, didn't
it's
we?
intermittent fault,
Aye.
which is a problem which we'll fix. And see if it's not, then you can push it more, because you don't want to push something that's not really working. But
I know that's
but
true.
but I mean, we've used Integer for years, but it's good to see them because you don't really see a lot.
It's
of them.
so weird when you speak to somebody on the phone all the time and you're just like, it's like, obviously
You're
times
not
have
how I
changed, but
pictured you or something
yeah,
like that. Or,
but it's weird how times have changed as well, because for instance, people used to phone the shop and ask for your order all the time, right? And you would have it written down and you give them the order over the phone. Now you email them and stuff,
Yeah.
so you don't even really know what people sound like.
I know.
So like the girls for Colbeck and stuff like that, we obviously know them from the convention, so you get to see a face. But
Yeah.
if you're emailing somebody all the time, you have no idea what they look like
I
or
know.
sound like.
Yeah.
So you could bump into them and be like that. They could talk to you. You maybe be able to recognise a voice from before. Now you wouldn't have a clue.
See, it's funny because the Scottish Italians used to do a sponsors day, and I used to obviously be the secretary, and you'd get a lot of sponsors in for them, so you would know who you were meeting. But then I've been away for there for a long time doing that, and you don't know a lot of them. And plus, it's not the same. There's not as many sponsors anymore, just in general. The way that the whole dynamics changed with everything, like money's tighter with businesses, and they kind of look at the market in different ways. But anyway, so you would get to know some people. But I'd saw some of the, like I saw Colin Cromer, and I didn't know who he was. Like I'd heard his name, I was like, who's that guy? And then it turns out he's in showing you different ways to use this, try this, different products like he's given us in which work. You know, these are samples that we have dealt with companies for, even in East Kilbride, going on 30 years, 40 years. My family dealt with them, and you didn't get free samples. Like, I just don't understand it. Like,
I know.
it's like if we're doing something new, we do a deal, we do something, which
For
is
sure.
But if somebody comes in the shop, like, do you want to try that? I don't understand how they wouldn't give customers it to try.
That's where key packer
Amazing for.
Yeah, or if there ever any faults with our products, they'll send you in like another free box of it to make
But
up
do you know
for
what's
it. Like,
amazing? I didn't realise that they actually have, like, see if they if something goes wrong, say for just something off, right, which never happens, but some did go off, they can track back to the very person that made it, which I think is amazing. Like,
oh really?
yeah,
like,
so
a
it's
lot of
real
businesses-
traceability right way through.
they've got like a lab, don't they?
yeah, everything, and
it's pretty
and
impressive.
They keep saying they're going to invite us over to Thailand, and it's just try to work out when we can go over there, you know, because obviously you have to close, but it's good. They're a good. I'd really interested in seeing all that, but they're a good crowd. But I'm looking forward to the convention,
The other thing
especially
is
it's down there as well.
Yeah, well, that's what I was just about to say, because there might be a lot of people that we don't know. You go, especially you, and Fraser and I know them through association now, right? Or know a face, not so much a name, but you, when we go through Edinburgh, know every second person. Whereas we're going down here, and this could be for all the people from like Newcastle down the way. People that we like are different shops that we never met before.
We
and stuff.
might get
it'd
round
be
a few
different-
more stalls, because usually what happens is we walk around 1 or 2 stalls, then Enrico meets someone he knows, talks to them for 45 minutes,
Yeah.
and then we go down another
And,
couple of
and
stalls.
then
So
Fraser and I end up going to every stall 3 times because we just walk around while you're standing and talking. And
The
then
thing is, was the salt and chili. Remember that the salt and chili
That's right, aye.
mix, and then that other mix that we use that we're not telling you, our special recipe. That
yeah,
those companies there, you pick up the ideas. Like,
that's it. Huh?
the thing, there's obviously companies that we just don't work with because it doesn't suit what we do. But it's such a good thing. Like, there's another one.
I
Hot
know.
Food,
Fair play to
it's not-
Colbeck. I think it's a phenomenal thing to put on.
and
Like,
they
it
also
really
give
is.
you 20% off your
travel.
No, they give you like 20% off certain deals. So like things where you get a deal on that day.
Oh yeah.
That you wouldn't get any
this
other
next
time.
couple
You
of
know,
weeks,
like,
that's for sure.
because that's always torturing me.
Yeah.
See that try order as well, because I'm a nightmare for. Oh, we'll take 40 of them. You're like, why are you taking 40 boxes? They're a good deal. You're saving 20p. You're like, oh well, but no. But some of them you get really good
Yeah,
deals
you
with.
do get really good deals on
But
some
it's
of the
even
stuff.
the trying and
definitely.
stuff. Like, see we always used like Colbeck's chicken burger, and then you went key packs just like night and day. And it's like, the quality, but you would never have known from that. But there's another one, Scott Hot, I think it is. That's meant to be really good.
Right.
But
is that like that's the one that's is that the one that's at the SEC?
yeah. I'm not
I've heard of it, but I've
I
never
just
been
think
to
you
it.
can't fit them all in either.
I know, definitely. The good thing about the Colbeck one is every year we've came away with something
That would
pretty,
fit,
Aye,
pretty
yeah.
big.
that will
like-
work in the shop.
Yeah, massively.
And it's not just like they're like, even Elise, I got all the uniforms there last year, and they look cracking.
That's
for the
Yeah,
shop.
that's right. Aye, so
Um,
still waiting on those jackets
like you say,
that
it's
Nico
not
said
even-
we were going to get.
That's right, aye.
I
chef's
actually told you the other
jackets.
day that I'm still waiting for them. Oh, the chef. No, I didn't ever say we're getting those chef's jackets.
Oh, the lies.
No, I said.
Am I right,
I
Fraser?
said the
It's like,
biggest
'cause
problem is
he
he
I'll get
forgets
the
his t-shirt every day to work, right? Okay, so he ends up back going into the stockpile of other t-shirts, and then you think he's going to have. I'm going to get him a chef's jacket that he'll either
Well, he
get
doesn't need
lost.
to get one. I want one.
Well, why don't you buy your own
with my
one,
name on it
and then
and
I'll
my-
give you the money back. Then it saves me having to do it.
Oh, I'll buy one
Because you
next
also
week,
say
yeah.
that every single time I get you the wrong size.
You do always buy me the smaller
Yeah,
size.
intentionally.
No, I
Yeah,
don't. No, I
definitely.
don't. He accuses me
Well,
of it all the time.
Right, okay, well, that's fine. I'll buy one next week.
Okay, you're not
Let me
getting the
get
money
the
back for
receipt.
it, but what was I
I'll
gonna
go
say?
straight to the accountant. But he did say last year, because you tried all the
Yeah.
stuff on it, and we said it looked cracking, and then you went, "Oh yeah, that's actually a good idea. I'll look into it, and we'll get that sorted."
I'll look into it. Doesn't
And
mean
then
I'll get
never
it.
done
No,
it.
no, no. Listen,
That's what
sometimes
happened.
sometimes. But I was trying to get away from that stall because I saw somebody else I knew that wanted to talk to for 45 minutes. So that's what happened there. But
The chef's jackets would look good,
they would
stand
look
by
good.
Good, yeah.
embroidered and stuff. They would look good.
I listen, but maybe look at it and maybe look into it.
Get all
and
the
sort
awards
it.
and that on the sleeve.
Yeah, that's what I've said.
Yeah.
Said that. The wee trophies like
That was
along
my
the side
idea.
of it. No, it wasn't. You weren't a part of this.
Well, how can I be told to do something if I
Because
wasn't?
it
a
was
part
like
of it?
when you went to the shop with your mum and dad, and then you would see something, you'd have to run back and ask them if it was all right to get it. Fraser and I were dicking about with all the uniforms and coming up with good ideas, and then having to run back and ask you if it was all right.
But I didn't see it, so how do I know?
Yeah.
But,
Plus, it
no, I
wasn't
think I was maybe giving you the.
Plus, it
Yeah,
wasn't.
we'll do that later on.
Plus,
We'll
it
do
wasn't
that.
Enrico's idea, so he didn't like it.
Ugh, nonsense.
If he'd came up with it, we'd
We'll
have
go-
had them by the
we'll go down
weekend.
this year and we'll let them walk past the uniform stall and then
Aye,
The only
and
thing I
let
would
him
say
come
about
up
that
with-
uniform place is they're extremely expensive. Like they are, and they take forever to take the uniforms out.
that's why you get
Like-
it at the show because it was a deal.
No,
Yeah.
even then, he leaves about all our uniforms and it took them about maybe 10 weeks, 12
Oh, really?
weeks. Whereas you can go to like somewhere online. Fair enough, you don't have that kind of personal touch,
Yeah.
but and it's done. Like I've ordered jackets last week. For
Not
Calvin and I,
chef
not for you. No, I'm kidding. But I've ordered his jackets, and they're going to be out by Tuesday. You know, so like that was
That's
on
good,
Thursday
that's-
to
yeah, that's
Tuesday. So that's a kind of good thing. But
That's
do you
the
know,
quality, though.
off the point of all this, do you know, I was thinking about like the shop and everything. Another day, I was trying to tell Darren a story about interviewing because we had a couple of people that have decided to leave the shop. So, what are you going to do? So, like, we've got a great team just now. But he says, "How do you interview?" Right? And I was laughing about. Remember, we used to use the stockroom upstairs,
Yes.
which is now the stockroom, but it used to be an office as a interview stage, right? And me being me, just love a wind up. Remember, I sent Fraser up to interview someone and left him for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Yep. Try to make small talk.
and
Yep.
when I
Fraser
came
and
in,
small talk don't go well.
when I
No,
came in, it
As
was
I
like
said, I'm a man of few words. It's,
when I came in, it was always awkward
How many
silence.
times was it you asked her what she was up to the weekend?
She told us he asked him 4 times. What are you up to this
That
weekend?
was-
She goes,
You already fucking
no,
asked me
nothing.
that.
I'm just not doing. 10 minutes later, she said he went, and what you doing this weekend? So I was laughing, and then
just
actually,
asking a slightly different way. And anything on this weekend?
he was like, you just imagine waiting for me. But also, do you not remember we interviewed someone and I threw something at the window while you were interviewing? You and Demi were interviewing her, and they thought it was a bird.
Yep.
Like, I mean, a pure pest. Like,
Pure
that's it.
pest. That's
I'm
the
a pure
best way to
pest.
describe. That's the best
Yeah.
way.
I
to
just love a
describe it.
wind up. Like,
Yeah.
I just don't. I think life's too short to not have fun. There was just like, even I was going through my phone as well. Like when it was your stag do different bits, and you go through and you find videos and photos and see some of the photos and some of the things. And Christine's like, "You guys have done so much,
Yeah.
right? You have done so much together." But some of the photos of Callum, like just like, what is
And
that? It's
different.
like we've got like a.
Oh,
Remember
the
the
pineapple thing. and
pineapple
the-
in your head, and just try to
It's
explain the story. It's just
like
like
the fishnet one Darren showed me the other day. He's like,
Oh.
Rico sent me this picture of you.
so funny. So, do you remember
So
that?
funny that you just said. Yeah.
I just sent it. But Dad and I'll just send each other stuff, right? But he's so you get a crit. We do Secret Santa, and somebody in the shop thought it'd be funny to get one of the drivers like this kind of play set, and I had a fishnet outfit.
it's like
She
a-
refused to take it. She said, I'm not taking that, which I can understand because you put into Secret Santa, you don't want someone to take the mickey out. It's
No,
not,
that's true.
especially an older person. I mean, he was about order, but anyway. So there is sitting there, and I'm like that with this.
She'd have got offended at that video.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
this size, right? I'm like, what's that? So Callum's like that. I think that's fishnets. And so putting on this full fishnet outfit. He's just like this, posing. We should have got that back for the
For the video,
I'll get that
I
for
don't know
next
about
year.
that. I think
Valentines.
I've put on
Next
about
one.
4 stones since
That
then
might,
as well.
that
and
might be
was
more suitable for Halloween, actually.
yeah, for sure.
But aye, it was-
Yeah, for sure.
It's
Be like a scary Bonnie Blue.
he came up with a video for that. He said we should do this. I'm not a chance. Not down dirty. He was just saying something that is like takes the mickey out it.
Yeah.
The chippy, which is funny.
I said that the other day to Lewis as well.
So funny. Like
Great
Queue
minds.
guy, just a queue all the way up the street,
if people, he says that.
batter everywhere.
No, don't even give it away because somebody
Yeah,
might
that's
actually
true,
steal it
that's
because
true,
that's what
someone
happens
might
a lot. as
Yeah,
well.
that does happen.
We do have a
Aye,
lot of
that
people
does
that just
happen,
take
yeah.
our social media, steal it,
Yeah.
or the items we do, copy it. Now,
Copy
I'm
it.
all for it, by the way. I'm all for looking at other people because I'm quite good for going to places and going, I think we could do that. Let's do a twist on
Aye,
it.
but do your twist on it.
But
Yeah.
don't copy it
Do a
word for
twist on
word
it, yeah.
with the name, which
And
we
change
have,
your fucking
which we're
name,
famous
yeah,
for.
exactly.
You know, Pepe's such and such, and it's they just take out the Pepe's and call it that. And you're like,
Yeah.
no one's come up with that name. Like
No.
you've not come up with that name, but that's aye. So you don't want your social media. You kind of keep your cards close to your chest for that one because
true.
some of our stuff's really good.
Yeah.
It's like we don't get the credit for a lot of them.
But I will say a lot of our stuff for social media comes on the spot.
Oh, aye.
It's not like we don't sit and make a plan like this is how like Valentine's video for example.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
I
completely
was
through
not
arms and
involved in
legs.
it until I
Like,
got in the
Like
shop.
yeah.
the
Exactly,
Buns,
we
the
hadn't
Buns
even
night one
spoke
as
about it.
well. It was like
That-
you,
oh,
we got,
so
you had
funny.
the outfit, and then it was like we were standing there
Now
on the
what we
night,
gonna
like
do?
right, what we doing?
Walking around filming
Yeah,
the bits
just
of
doing
it.
That's what made
random
it so
stuff
good though,
and
because it
then-
was so ridiculously chaotic.
It was.
That's what Lewis said as well. Like obviously they're professionals, so it's probably quite offensive to
I know,
them.
well, because he
And
works
they're-
with Gillette and all this, you know what I mean? Like,
and,
he does like different, well, he started off, he did the adverts for Gillette, he's done all these big companies,
Yeah.
and then
I was just in
quiz-
London last week.
I know, and then he comes out to Les Mahego, where he's from Curtin Hill, and he comes in and he's just filming
Guys
Callum.
deep throating sausages, like seriously must
And-
be thinking to himself, how the fuck have I ended up in
I
this
know,
situation?
it's, but the thing is, like,
If that was you, but you would love, you'd be looking forward to that. See that day where you come
Oh,
down
aye,
and do that
definitely.
because it's just obviously it's work and you're getting paid for it and stuff. But
Yeah.
it's just a pure laugh as
Just
well.
a laugh, yeah.
It was
Like
like
it
the
is,
Christmas
it's
video.
great
I
fun.
think we're quite good for these guys coming in. It's the same with like any of the workmen that come into the shop and whatever. You like, so the plumbers and stuff. Like we obviously tend to use Dan and Marriott quite a lot, and
Yeah.
his guys. You end up building a kind of relationship with them. So when they come in, it's not like they're there to do work for you. You all kind of have this kind of like
laugh.
relationship, and a laugh and a joke.
and a joke. With Lewis, like, he's done our Christmas video before, he's done it twice before,
Yeah.
but Danny hadn't. So Danny actually, because obviously Lewis wasn't well, Danny had to take over.
Aye.
And Danny was like,
He was brilliant.
He was
Oh, but
amazing.
You,
He was
you
amazing.
should have seen
but
him in the morning. He
pissing
was
himself.
he was properly bricking it.
But-
I obviously thought that we were all going to be like it was all going to be
Be
really
serious.
professional
Oh,
and like this is what's
yeah,
happening.
yeah,
And then
yeah.
he walked in and realised that we were
There's
all
no
taking the
seriousness.
mick.
Like,
And
there's
Yeah.
like,
you could tell he relaxed. And then by the end of the day, he was just like, oh, thank God
I
that's
know.
done.
And Parky was brilliant. Parky
Parky done
Parky
really
was
well.
brilliant.
Because he
Parky
helps
is
him.
good with that
yeah, he's
kind
good.
of
And
stuff.
he's excellent
Aye.
at all, and he comes up with good ideas. But see with the the outtakes, I'd love to see more of our outtakes and just do like a reel
Oh,
on
you
them,
could do
like
a
a proper
full-
reel.
Aye,
on-
but they're
proper.
not. Again, they're all not suitable for Insta.
But no, even if you just see, like, even the laughing one, see that one where we're laughing, like,
Oh,
see that.
I've not laughed at that for a long
No,
time.
oh my
So
god,
funny.
it was just unbelievable. You weren't there.
I wasn't there. I know.
Which is
I know. I
like,
missed
so
it.
when you get to see it later on,
I know,
it's
well, that-
amazing. Like, I
that's-
love that. We see some of the stuff that
Yeah,
you guys
because he
do.
goes away when we were filming some of some of the other videos we filmed the other day, and Rico's not seen any of
Yeah,
them.
'cause
So
I like seeing it when it comes together. Because even like the Magaluf one, the strip, that was
Yeah.
brilliant. See the outtake of that when I'm cleaning, the,
cleaning the
window,
window.
they walk past. You're meant to be in the background doing your PJ Fraz, and you're away answering the phone, and then like, he goes, "What the fuck you doing?" Going mental at me. Those two are like trying to keep it straight, right? And you're like, I couldn't hear you. I was answering the phone. How the fuck did he hear
How
the
you
phone?
hear
then?
the phone?
How did he
Yeah,
hear the phone? They
kinda
couldn't
with
hear
those
me
fucking
standing next to him
headphones
going like
on.
that.
It's,
Listen, they're just coming.
It's so frustrating as well. See when you're doing something like that and you're like in character or whatever, and
Character.
it's you get through it and you might take a couple of takes of it and you make an arse of it and then you get one right and someone else comes
I
in
know,
and makes an
someone
arse
else
of
makes
something.
an
It's
arse of
so
it.
annoying.
Used
Used to do the PJ Fraz stuff all the time on a Saturday,
so frustrating.
obviously, and generally when we'd be filming it would be as all the staff were starting to come in to
And
start the
walk in
shift,
front of you and all that.
and they'd so you'd be
Walking behind
halfway
them.
through it, and then they'd be walking in behind like, "Hi guys," and it's like, "Come on!"
But then as soon
Even-
as you asked him to be in a video, like, no, I'm not doing that.
Aye.
See when he done, there was one, remember, I was in the Friday night, we put it out, we had the DJ set and all that going, and he went, what the fuck are you doing?
Oh, yeah.
That video is actually priceless. See, when I watch it back, he was going to
Used to really
you and him argue.
Yeah.
You and him argues. You go in as the creative director, whereas he doesn't really argue with me about it, right? But he just turned around, what the fuck are you doing? And it was like he was raging, and I laughed. I just busted
What
out
was it
laughing.
you done again?
Because you wanted an order, and the order was meant to say a name on it, right? But you just went with the order without a name. It's like, no, it needs to have that. That's part of the sketch. And you're like that. What the fuck are you doing? The arms up there going fucking tonto. I was like, jeez, I was like,
I used to get really upset about that. Actually.
the other one was the other
It's
one,
annoying,
the video.
like when you're halfway through doing it.
When you're talking about videos I haven't seen, the baby reindeer one. Remember, I wasn't.
That's right, you were in that, dude.
I actually couldn't.
I reckon if we done it now with the following and that we have, it would went wild. It's
Even-
still done well.
It done really well.
It
that
done
one,
really
aye.
well, but I think
though,
now with the traction that we get,
I think at that time it was the right time to do it, but it was
Aye,
so
yeah,
funny.
yeah.
but I just mean if we had the
Hello,
following
reindeer.
and stuff we
The
have
voice, the voice was just so funny. And then
So
see when I
funny.
showed my Uncle John, so it was Amelia's communion, we were up at the house. Were you
That's
up?
right, yeah.
We had
We
on.
put it on the telly.
And
Christine
that-
put it on
and
the
everyone
TV.
was pissing themselves. My Uncle John, man, and Marie were pissing themselves. Like, what? They were just like, it's so funny. And then it was just how how ridiculous it was. But it's I find like like the professional videos, like when you get done with a professional, the cutting and the editing and all that's really
I know,
good.
it's
But
brilliant.
see when it's like some of the
Homemade.
stuff we do, it's like
it's fucking.
scene.
There's no like
See, there's
flow
no-
to
there's
it.
nothing
There's no,
that-
It used to
like
be-
that.
it's like
it
it's
used
so
to be
obviously
like-
stop start, isn't
Fraser
it?
used to make her ass of the PJ Fraz all the time.
All the time.
So you would get to a certain point where he go, you know what time it is? And then he would be like, ah, shit. So then he would change his angle and he'd be like, right, film me from this way. So we'd move and then it's like him doing this
So
and
you
then
can tell.
fucking,
You
then
can
it goes
tell
to
the
here.
yeah,
and
you
you're
can
like,
tell the exact point. I've made an arse of it, but I've got far enough into it, or we've
Yeah,
taken that many
we're not doing
tries
it
of
yet.
doing
But
it.
it's tough,
That we're
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
right, okay, we'll just use it and cut it, and you can tell those ones because it's just like stop and then move for this way and do it again.
Yeah.
Remember you like before his wedding, like we were shutting, and how many times it took me to record that video.
I know.
And I
So
was like,
honestly, I was actually
blah, blah,
getting
blah.
so
And
frustrated.
then-
He's
but
standing
then-
at the
but
front
actually
of the.
see, but thing we're walking, like say, Isla's walking in, there's your milkshakes, and you're like that. Then 2 minutes later, it's like, Callum, where's that delivery for 44? And you're like, why are you saying the address? Shut up, just give me 5 minutes. Like then he's like, you don't need 5 minutes. So he then starts stressing you out because he's good at all. He's quite.
Yeah, it's a natural.
Yeah, he is. It's like there's no.
I don't know about that. Some of the TikToks I make, you should see the amount it takes it to, like, especially if it's any talking, because I end up
But you're
mumbling
good
my
at
words
it.
and
But the
then
thing
I'm
is
like,
as well, and it's like, but then he gets you stressed. But it's fun. The thing is, it is funny. Like I was out with Danny, and they'd taken us out last week, and then Callum came later on, obviously. But before Callum arrived, he was like that. We're talking about social media, and obviously Kev's a mutual friend was like that. East Brides is just so bad. And I was like, I said, but that's what we're portraying. Like we're going for, like, it's well done, but it's like the whole idea of it is it's meant to be tacky. And it does get good views, by the way. Some of the stuff they do, like the videos they do,
it does, and it's quite funny. Some of the stuff they put up and stuff like that.
really good, right? And I'm like, I said, he went, but you know, I want to see, like, you know, vibrant. I'm like, but that not everything should be the same, because then it becomes boring. Because East Brides one, the one with like the burger, it's so funny. Like the burger looks dreadful, but that's the idea of it.
Yeah.
It's to look absolutely terrible, where you wouldn't eat it, and people going, nah, it's stinking, oh shite, oh bogging, what's that? What is that? Oh, it's a kebab. Fuck off. I mean, what? We get that you're a troll, right? But see, if you've seen them, they're the kind of people who come in the shop and be like that to you. Oh, how you doing? Having a great day. Then they go up the road and moan.
I go up the road and comment. I cannot be bothered. I would never do it. Like, if I have an issue with something, I'd phone, right? But I'd never just go and comment on a post for the sake of it, right? You'd never see something, and if you think it's shite, you just would like, oh, I'm not looking at that. I'm not watching that again.
Right, okay, I see.
Right, yeah. But you wouldn't go, this looks shite. Like, what's the need for it?
Yeah.
What are you achieving?
You just
by doing
ignore it and
Do you know
move
the
on to
thing
the
is,
next thing.
I do enjoy it though, because it's good for getting your.
Oh yeah,
They don't realise that. It's all about the interaction and stuff, the algorithm. Yeah.
Plus the other thing is, see, by them going on and commenting on it, it just means they see more of that stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they've interacted with it, so
But then
don't
they probably
realise that.
enjoy going on and
they are
negative comments.
There's people in East Bride that are just proper trolls.
If you don't fucking like it, just ignore it.
No, but the other night we get somebody that they'd never put a pizza saver in the pizza, so it's our mistake, right? But I think the drivers went out and went like that. Fucking
had a party with it.
done the conga and all that bit, right? Because it was a disaster. But we obviously don't see it, but they phoned to complain. But later on, because my one of my pet hates is emailing you, which you're never going to check your emails when you're in work because you're busy, right?
Yep.
Or sending the Facebook page which it says we don't check it. So I'll check it later on, and maybe I'll check it a few days later. But he's put this picture, and it's, what the fuck is this? Like, actually he's actually put like a caption across the pizza. And I thought, do you think I'm ever going to reply to that for a start? And do you think the reply is going to be kind? You know, because I just think
that's the first thing I say to someone. See if they phone up and they start swearing at me, I'm just about to listen. See if you're going to swear at me.
100%.
I'm not going to sort this out for you
But
because you don't deserve
you
it.
catch more money as well.
Yeah,
There's like mistakes happen.
mistakes
right?
happen. Yeah,
Mistakes happen, but
get us frustrated.
and
100%.
we are very, very good for sorting it out as quickly as we possibly can and as fairly as we possibly can. But people that just phone you up and start going absolutely tonto down the phone.
Then phone back. I'm never fucking come back. Then they come back.
Yeah, 2 days later they're asking for another delivery.
Friday night, it is freezing every time I get it. Every time you get it, it's freezing. Once is bad enough, right?
Yeah.
But
Every
order
time.
4 or 5 times a
And,
week.
you're like, and then it drives me. But the thing is it's like, we used to get that one all the time. Remember, Cammy had a fight with him, and that's like when you know, because Cammy's dead laid back, right?
Yeah.
And Cammy had a
Cammy
fight
gets
with him,
annoyed.
and it was. Then he came back again, and eventually he was like writing stuff all over Facebook, and I thought, well, why'd you come to us?
Yeah.
There's not
Yeah.
very much choice. I thought, well, it's actually not true. There's a lot of choice. You know, like there's another
You tend
chippy,
to find
which is
it
good.
probably fell out with every other place, and we're the
Yeah,
only
Exactly.
place that
There's
we're
not
the
much
only place
choice
that puts
for
up with
him
them.
because he's
Yeah.
been barred from everywhere
Well, the
else.
thing is he stays in an area which is close to Lanark as well, right? So
Yeah.
you've got Lanark, who's got another good chippy, right? They've got 2 chippies.
Two
in it,
chippies,
right?
yeah.
One of them's, I think, it's won an award. You've got 2 chippies in Les Mago. Both are really good, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like they're crap chippies. They've got millions of Indians, millions of Chineses. So he's got other options. But it phones at one point it was every night a week.
Yeah,
And you're like that.
I don't
Look,
really
I
understand.
don't want you to leave because obviously you want the customer, but you can't keep phoning and giving people abuse because at the end of the day, it's just someone doing their job.
Yeah.
I wouldn't phone someone else and give them pelters at the work just for the sake of it. You know, it's
You get it sometimes, and I think people, whether they realise or not, I think they don't realise that a lot of the time when they're phoning up, they're speaking to like a 16-year-old girl on the phone
Yeah.
or something
Yeah.
like that, you know, who's working their first job, maybe only a couple of weeks into it sometimes, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
People sometimes phone up and they're really, really aggressive and stuff
Yeah,
like
and
that.
it's
You're
like
like,
mundane things to complain about.
yeah,
The
and you're
dip,
like,
I didn't get
yeah.
my dip.
Mm.
That one is still that's grinding my gears. But that
Oh,
same
100%.
person has phoned us since we opened the shop.
Yep.
And complained about something.
Oh,
Right?
yeah,
And said they're
there's
not come
always
back. Then they went down to Cahill. They were in there doing the same thing.
Yep.
And then they did it when they again to us. We're not coming back. Why are you still shop? We want you there, but accept that, you know, things can get.
Yeah, yeah.
You go to McDonald's. There is never an earth you'll get your order right every time you go.
Almost every
You go
time.
to Domino's, you make
Always.
mistakes. You go to an Indian, they make mistakes. The other thing people need to realise as well, see when drivers go at the door and they don't get their cans, right? Our stuff, we like everything to be roasting hot, and it's different. You know, batter will sweat and it'll come off. It won't hold the same as an Indian or a Chinese because their meals are better suited to
Yeah,
travel,
for
which
sure,
is
travelling,
and
yeah.
it's great. A lot of them will also, they don't have their juice in the fridge. Whereas our juice in the fridge, so we don't put them in the
Yeah,
bags.
'cause it's
Yeah.
going to warm
Cool.
the juice right up and
And
cool
then
the food
cool
right
the
down.
food down,
yeah.
right? So we don't do that, and then they don't get their cans. They phone back and they make a big song and dance, and you're like, "Look, it's a mistake," and it frustrates us because that comes through to us, who then we're already busy,
Yeah,
and you're
we
under
need to take
pressure,
our
and
time
then
to phone the
it takes,
drivers.
you know. And the thing is it's frustrating, but it
but
can
again,
happen.
the drivers are human as well. Like,
Yeah,
there's some of our
happens.
the drivers can be leaving with 9-10 deliveries and leaving with 20 cans of juice. So it is hard to keep on top of it. Like,
And the
they will
thing
make
is
a mistake.
And you know, it's you try your best to keep it. We don't want the food to get warm. We don't. Sorry, the juice to get warm, or the things to get cold. The food. It's like in East Kilbride when we first started doing deliveries. My mum and dad refused to do salt and vinegar on orders because
Cools it
the
down.
vinegar will cool it down,
Yeah, yeah.
right? And I'm like that, especially because we obviously foil everything and we put a lot into to keep it warmer. So why would we want to cool it down? And that gets you. It's like they don't get a pizza. You turn up at someone's door and they go, "Don't get my pizza now." Do you think a 6-inch pizza is going to be
Let's
in
go in
that wee box?
that wee
Yeah,
plastic
yeah, that wee
bag.
bag.
That plastic
I
bag
know.
or that wee bag, you know, and it's
I
I think it falls on the customer as well to an extent. It's our job to deliver it and get it, but there has to be a bit of understanding. You'll get 90%, 95% of people are lovely and they're
Oh,
great and
100%,
they're
aye.
understanding. They go, "Oh, look, it happens," because in their job they might make a mistake and you don't know what's going on in someone's life at that day.
Yeah.
But it's the ones that really they can drive you. And then I think as well, see when one thing goes wrong, it can just spiral. It can go like they forgot an ice cream. But like last night, I think a driver, if they make a mistake, They're going to make mistakes all night. It's
especially
just
if
one of
it's
those
their first
nights.
run of
You're like,
deliveries,
oh no,
and
it's
it
going
just
to be one of
knocks
those
them for the
nights.
rest of the night. You're just,
And-
that's going to be one of these nights.
And that's why, like, I'd like to see, like, and this, I said it before, that you'd like people to come in and see how they run things, how they run their business, how they have people coming in, what they do with deliveries. Like East Kilbride run differently to us.
Yeah.
Like, every bag
Yeah.
and every receipt is numbered, so they can't make mistakes. And I think, in fairness to them, they don't do as many deliveries as us, but they also don't make as many mistakes as because they
Because
have
of the
their
system.
Yeah, their
Yeah,
systems
yeah.
is
Well, it's
possibly a
just-
bit
well,
better.
obviously,
For
because
us,
your
we-
cousin Ricardo commented on the post last week saying that
He'd
he
be
was
brilliant.
desperate to be on here, and he would be good.
Oh, he's,
But
and he's so
100%.
funny.
He's miles away from us, so it would be good to see how he works because he's in
Yeah.
a completely different part
And
of
they
the
never
country.
really start doing deliveries until maybe a lot later than a lot of other places
Yeah.
because they're in a
They're in
village
an area
and
we
they've
don't
got,
need
they've
it.
got such a good name. You know
But
what I mean?
I look at the comments and stuff, and you get people that are commenting from miles away asking them to do deliveries to there,
Aye.
but he's like, oh, it's just too far. So
Mhm.
it would be it'd be interesting to see how he works and what they do.
He's dead funny. Like, he's just one of these guys that are really quick banter, which I
Yeah.
think would be brilliant because he can come out with some stories. Plus, he'll tell you stories of his dad when he was younger and like my dad and different things that they done. Like, you would just like bounce off each other that way.
Yeah.
But also we had people asking us about talk about this, like Bricey. So like Bricey's like that. I loved it. It was really good. Can you talk about why don't you get some ex-staff on and say like what was their funniest moment in the shop? I think
Yeah.
that'd be good. You
Yeah,
know,
I think
things
that
like that. I
definitely
do.
be really good. Aye.
And
Yeah,
remember
definitely.
Kirk from
Yes, from East Kilbride.
from East Kilbride, so
Yeah.
apparently it was your Janny. I didn't
That's right,
realise
yeah.
that, but he used
Yep.
to come in, and my mum called him William Wallace, right? Because he came in dressed as William Wallace for Halloween.
Right,
So
okay.
rather than my mum, you know, my mum's like saying, "There's William Wallace," that was him
That's
dressed
it,
as
that was
like
it
the
for
rest
the-
of it. So
yeah,
I think she
fair.
would still call him William Wallace
William
to
Wallace
this day,
is,
but
yeah.
he's over in Kirkintilloch now, and he's like he'll still comment and say stuff about like the shop, and he tags us and things like people. Are coming
Yeah, I
up
see
to
him
try
commenting all the time. That's the
Yeah.
sort of stuff you see these people that like kind of get it, and that
And they
makes a
understand
big
it.
difference. Aye.
And social media is very much like we get a lot of people that will talk about the stuff that we do,
Mhm.
but they don't actually comment. And that
Yes.
comment can get it going even further. That's how you get these
100%, aye.
viral posts like that one with the yogi was just mental like that. And that
Oh,
all came
man.
because they never named the shop in the actual post.
Yeah,
And they never tagged the
Aye.
shop.
Aye,
The
so
shop
it
was named, but they never tagged it. And then they said
it just
that,
went viral because it ended up with people arguing on it.
yeah, yeah, argued on
Yeah,
it.
there was that,
Remember the
yeah.
guy for
Which-
Taggart commenting on it?
Aye, the guy from
That's
Tag,
right,
and, then
aye.
the wee, and what's the wee
That's
guy
right.
from
Oh,
The wee two,
Shag-
is it
is
the
he-
guy
is he
for
not the
2
one with
pints?
Shag
Box?
Ram? Is that
yes,
not- PC? They went Shagger.
Aye, yeah, Shagger,
Aye.
Shagger, am I?
Him,
He's on
Jack
that.
McLaren.
Aye, 2 pints. No,
Aye.
is it 2 pints? It's called 2 pints podcast.
Is that what
With
it is?
Grado
Aye.
and
Aye, and
the other guy.
he
Stephen
comment-
Burden, is that his name?
he commented on it
Yes.
saying that he was like, it looks class, you know. He said, but it's not chippy stuff. But it is, a sausage is, but we're not traditional chippy.
Chips and
And then
sausage.
him
chips
for
cheese.
Taggart, he was the one that said something. I'll come and try it. I can't remember his name.
Is it Michael? Was it Michael?
I can't remember. But you know,
Can't
thinking that
remember
that went mental, and it was like just all because somebody came in to try a yogi, which
And put a post
funnily
up.
an original yogi.
The
which came
original,
from-
yeah.
Yeah,
the
Actual
original.
original.
our idea.
Yeah, our
Yes.
idea, yeah, boob. What was I
Our
going to say?
name.
Boobs. What was I going to say? But no, but
Trademark that.
I should trademark that. But yeah, the thing is it's funny that like when you get to the stage of these people that comment and it gets viral. East Kilbride are very good. Like we're getting these views. I'd love to just see how these other places then go like just over the top. Like some of them just
Wild.
go wild.
Aye.
You know, like,
I know it's crazy.
It's
some of
the
them.
energy that some of them bring to it. Like, I do enjoy watching some of these other places and just like, how would you have that much energy all the time?
it's like but Pepe's Fry Labs. Remember we done that?
Yeah.
That was dead funny, right?
Yeah.
But like all those things we done in it, like a kebab wrap, kebab, like different things, and people.
I
now
think it's
copy
just
it.
because
other people
because
doing
it was a longer video that didn't just focus on that.
Yeah.
People get missed.
Yeah.
Whereas these places are going
But
like,
what I mean is, some
just
people
doing
will
that.
watch it and then take it out and
Aye,
then
and then
copy it, and then
copy
it gets on to Glasgow Live. And I'm like, I remember when we won Fish and Chip of the Year for the first time, Glasgow Live. I contacted them and said, listen, I think you're not in Glasgow. I'm like, but there's other businesses that aren't in Glasgow that you comment. And I'm
Yeah.
like, surely the whole
You see
thing
stuff
is.
all the time that's Ayrshire and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
I'm like,
from-
surely that you would go, and it's like it's hard because it's certain things that seem to get attract, and I think like when us and Rollo's got down to the Just Eat Awards down in London, and
That's
that's
a
massive.
aye,
Two
massive thing
chippies
for a small
in the
village
whole,
like Mexico.
the whole of Britain. It's
Yeah.
all in Scotland. We get taken. There's 5 takeaways.
Two chippies within
And two chippies
100
within-
yards of each
yeah.
other.
Get taken down. That
crazy.
was. I mean, that should have hit the news. It
Aye,
should have
it
hit the
should
news.
have been,
Like,
aye.
no, it should have been for both chippies because that is some feat.
it
You know,
really
it's-
is. Aye, to be
Yeah.
fair, aye. For such a small village,
I know.
Les Mahigo, it's got what 6,000 people in it, and 2 chippies from the same street make
know.
it to the national awards.
4,000. 4,000.
No, it's not. 6,000 something.
According to the 2022 census. Melody was playing population.
2022 is 2025. You're
I
donut.
know, but there's not been another census since then.
Right, but anyway, it was a quiz question. My uncle Dave, I can't remember the exact number. My uncle Dave was at a quiz in the Black Bull at Christmas, and it was a question of what's the population of Lesmahago.
4,232
Nah,
according to the 2022 census. I was playing the population game last night.
Well, it's 6,000 something now. 2025, 3 years later.
How did he
How
find
did they
that?
count
Did he go
that?
around and count them?
Oh, that was the answer.
How did
But how did they find
you
out?
know
Did they
that?
go around and count it?
They must have done. Maybe they done their own census. I don't know.
They don't have any. They don't have any census more like. But
But anyway, yeah, that was the answer. So
But you know, it's
See a
some
census,
feat.
stick
You know,
up
the
your
thing
arse.
is it's but
okay.
like it's like East Kilbride has so many chippies as well, and like there's what, 17 chippies or something like that. So I don't
Nuts.
know how many there is now. There at one point there was 17,
when you count them, it's absolutely crazy.
and you go and there's hot food places everywhere, like open up. But the thing is when you get like you imagine one chippy from East Kilbride getting somewhere, they would get put everywhere.
Yeah,
The Lesmahago, I think it just gets kind of forgotten at times. Like you've got some great businesses as well, like some really good businesses, but even like Gardeners is huge.
Nah,
Yeah.
huge. How they
Aye.
go over, they go all over the world.
Yeah,
Aye.
and then the what's it called? The burger vans. Is that called Gilbert's Place?
Country refreshments.
Country refreshment
aye,
again. Dude,
massive
they
as
do
well.
massive business,
Yeah.
but because it's where you are, I think it
It
gets
gets
lost.
it gets
lost
it gets
in that.
lost in where it is in the
But
country.
talking about Ricardo, remember when they won the best pizza?
That's
in
right.
Scotland?
Oh, what was the
That's
guy's
right.
name?
Oh,
Doesn't work for him anymore. Franco.
Right.
Fraser and I were right at the front of that. Franco. Because by that point, we were absolutely steaming.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he
And he
but
was
when they
raging
won-
because you were
Raging, I
slapping
was
his
slapping.
table. He
And
was
his flower-
raging.
his flower was going up like this.
But he
He
must
was
have seen
fuming.
you at so we
the-
were at these awards, and like obviously because people don't
Nobody
know
was
what
taking us
we're
seriously.
at this
like that.
awards, and it's all the top pizza chefs in Scotland, and really
Yeah, it's
great
the
pizzas.
coaches of Paisano that are
Yeah.
judging it and all
Yeah,
that
and
sort of
so
stuff.
People
there's somebody from Italy,
people
the guy from Italy, aye.
It was
Yeah.
like TV
Didn't speak a word
personalities.
of
from Italy.
English.
Couldn't
So
speak
we
English.
would
yeah.
take that'd be our Christmas day out. Remember, like our Christmas. So we'd all go out, and all the guys would go get a haircut, shave, go and have a right good day out and a laugh. But Fraser, he didn't have that luxury of drinking all day because he had to do the pizzas, and then you were with him, right? And remember the guy from Italy comes over, and Fraser's like, "We're going to do it this way." So he's like adamant he's putting hundreds of flour on it. I'm like, I don't know about putting hundreds.
Because
Anyway,
it was the only way I
The
could,
only way you
because
could get the
so
dough
it
to
was
go
completely
in the oven.
different to how we cook our
Yeah,
pizzas
but
because
he-
they had this list of rules. You're not allowed to do this. You're not allowed to do
but
that.
the year before we never had that, so I didn't know that
Yeah.
from where I'm standing. Because remember, when we done
yeah.
it, we had the train and all like
Yeah.
that. Everyone was just looking,
Yeah,
going,
well, you
"Oh
could
my
get
God,"
that,
right?
yeah.
I was mortified. But anyway,
Sacrilege.
so he puts the pizza in the oven. The smoke, right?
Ah,
Remember the
photo
photo,
was
the
absolutely
video, and
brilliant.
then the guy's like, my God, I can't believe this, man. Right? He's in Italian, I'm like, "Che cazzo vuoi," right? And thing me, Cammy, LJ, Chang, and I, and Cammy are pissing ourselves in the video, and he is bright red.
Aye.
So
wonder.
no one.
Aye,
After
it
you have
was
to stay for
embarrassing.
your feedback.
Oh.
And the
we
woman's
all-
the woman comes looking for him, and he went, "Fuck that!" Runs down, steps this car,
Yeah.
and just
Gone.
goes. Oh, it was so. And then
She
we're
was going
obviously
tonto.
he's had to play catch up. Everyone drinking, so have you, right?
Yeah.
So we're all in house martin. Remember, we're playing poker and all that in the back,
Aye,
right?
that's right, aye.
And we all ended up Stephen, and then Frank was there because that was mental. That one, that was
It
probably the
wild,
most
aye.
mental
It was
one.
wild.
But it was like Fraser's like. Frank's like, fuck's sake. Imagine you're
Under that pressure,
under
he
It was
Yeah.
on like a fold out like plastic table, so which is not the
He was
sturdiest
against
table
the
in
guy,
world.
like the champion of
Liverpool, was it
England.
not? Aye.
Yeah, it was
Somewhere,
the full UK final,
Aye,
wasn't it?
no,
It was
but
the guy
the-
from Liverpool.
The guy from
and
the
then
guy, but the guy from there had already won their region.
they'd won England.
So
aye.
so he had came up to
Aye,
for
that's what I'm
it,
saying, he's up
aye.
against
and
him,
he's
that's
up,
what-
and
I'm
he's
like,
like,
Franco and baton and his toppings
"Ah!"
are bouncing up.
But it was meant to we get banned
brilliant.
from the bar. Well, you guys did. You get banned from the bar.
Yeah, I don't know that's
Shouldn't
right
be
anymore.
drinking
Now,
that
that's
much.
right. This wee old thing. She had it
Yeah.
for us for the start.
Aye.
I
We
did
were
feel
really
bad. I gave her dogs abuse. I did feel terrible about that.
Ah, that's not like
don't-
you.
I don't, right.
Not like me.
Right. Well. Anyway, that's been quite a.
A lot covered.
lot of-
I don't know. Not been a lot of chippy chat there either. Just been
No,
general
there hasn't
chat.
been. No,
But
that's
hopefully
true.
for next time we get some more people asking stuff to talk about.
Aye.
Definitely.
Things that they want, things that they enjoy, things they don't enjoy about it. We have had good feedback though. There've been a lot of people.
Yeah, the feedback has been good. So if
The
we can
minute
keep the
people-
feedback coming, then that would be ideal.
Yeah.
Any ideas of what they want to talk about, any ex-staff that have got anything that they want to mention, stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Stories,
good,
good
yeah.
stories for us that we can do. Because there's a million things.
So if we
Sounds
could do
good.
that, the interaction is key.
Yep.
So yeah, but thanks again, guys, for joining us. Yeah.
And where's your cat? Where's your?
What's
Aye,
that?
where's your sign off?
What is it?
That's a wrap.
Oh, That's a wrap.
Well done.
Boobs.
Boobs.